Hi everyone, welcome back. If you don't know me, my name is Torrance and I am a freshman here at the University of Arizona. Today I will be talking about my whole freshman year experience, things that I didn't know before coming here, as well as pros and cons. I will also be talking about the party scene and boy drama. So let's get into it. I feel like I want to put this video out there so future U of A students can have something to look on, so they can get information that they probably wouldn't have known until they came here and experienced it. I know how that feels. I came here not knowing a lot of the things I'm about to talk about, and so I just feel the need to kind of put it out there and let you all know what it's really like to be a U of A student, especially a girl. Let's start with my experience here at U of A. So when I first started looking into U of A, I really loved the idea of Arizona. I grew up visiting Arizona my whole life and I love just being in the heat. I'm from Washington, so it's always rainy and cold there, but I wanted to be somewhere that is warm all around. I feel like the mood really bases off of the weather that's around me, and so I wanted to make my lifestyle a little happier, so I wanted to go towards the sun. That was a really big part of me wanting to come here. I was a psychology major, and if you're looking into psychology, I definitely recommend U of A. They have amazing programs throughout it, and I've just gotten so many opportunities through this school with the psych major that I used to have. I'm currently not in psych anymore. I'm going into sonography, but I just experienced that along the way. Like, you're not gonna know exactly what you want to do. Like, you can come here undecided and still get so much out of it. So don't worry about your major quite yet if you really have no idea what you're gonna do, because there's so many resources and workshops for you to kind of figure out exactly what you want to do here, especially. So starting off, I applied, I got accepted. I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna start trying to make friends. Obviously, I'm not from here, so that's kind of hard. So most colleges have like an Instagram account that says like your grad year. So mine was U of A 2028, and I could tell future students were already posting. It was a few photos of them and then a little bio, and it was pretty much just to kind of like put yourself out there, meet friends, and possibly get a roommate. So I posted myself, and let me tell you guys, you're gonna gain like 500 to 600 followers just from doing that. It was actually a lot. I wasn't expecting that. But the crazy thing about that is that I was seeing all of these people follow me, and I kind of looked into them a little more and DM'd them to kind of get to know them, get their Snapchat, and look for a potential roommate. And it's crazy because you get here and you actually get to meet them and see them in person, and it is the coolest experience ever. Anyways, I ended up finding my roommate through the Instagram, and we ended up meeting, and it was awesome. I would say when it comes to starting off your path with U of A, definitely post yourself on the Instagram. It really just puts an outlet for other people to come in and get to know you and meet you and kind of know what you're expecting with like the community that you're about to be a part of. So definitely look into that. It's the worst that could happen, you know? So right as I got here, I moved in, and the first night I spent here was the first day that welcome week started. I think I was like the second day of every freshman moving in. It was super busy that night. I have volleyball courts right outside of my dorm, so me and my roommate decided to go to the volleyball courts and just meet people and play a game or whatever. And that night I met two of my best friends that I'm still best friends with today. We're in the same sorority and we're living with each other next year. Welcome week is probably the most crucial week ever. I wouldn't say you need to like prepare yourself for it and be kind of scared and like feel like you have to like put a front up so you can be friends with people. I noticed that so many freshmen are so happy to be here and so welcoming, and all they want to do is just meet you and get to know you and find their people. It wasn't like a hunt, but it was like, it was easy. Like, my two best friends, they just came up to me and introduced me, and then they came back to my place that night, and it was just so good. Like, things will come naturally, and things will come when they're supposed to be at the same time, you know? So really just step out of your comfort zone, get out of your dorm, go knock on your neighbor's door, go out to the courtyard, go anywhere where there's just a bunch of people, and just say like, hey, like, my name's blah blah blah, are you planning on rushing, or what's your major, or where are you from, like things like that. Just very simple, like, base questions can go a long way, because you can find people that have things in common with you, or you can relate to them about something, and they could potentially be your friend for life. So after welcome week, everyone was starting to get ready for sorority rush. That was a big thing for me. I've had my outfits planned, whatever. It was honestly like the best thing I've ever experienced. I'm not gonna go into full detail on exactly what happens, all the steps, because I feel like if you're gonna go through sorority rush, regardless of what school you're at, you need to go in with an open mind and no research involved. That's what I did. I had no idea what a sorority name was. I knew a few just because of my friends who were in other colleges, but I didn't know them. I didn't know their rankings here. I knew nothing about the process, but they will show you and they will tell you and they will give you step by step on exactly what to do. I just recommend that you go into it with a blank page and just take it all in. It was the best thing. I wish I could relive it. It was very exhausting and very, very hot. Obviously I'm used to the heat now, but then like it was tough. I came here not knowing a single person except my roommate, which I met online. I met my best friends during welcome week, and then the amount of people that I met through recruitment that are even outside the sorority I'm currently in has been insane. Even if you're not planning on like being in a sorority or staying in one and you kind of just want to be in it to look for friends, that's totally fine too. Recruitment is so crucial, and I would say that was a big part to everything. I mean, obviously if you're really wanting to be in a sorority, like that's how you make your decision. You go through and you experience, you figure out which house is right for you, and then you make your decision. For me, it was the best feeling ever. I cried at my top 2, and during the last round I just bawled my eyes out, and I knew that one was the one for me. So it was just such a cool experience. 10 out of 10 recommend. And then as for classes, my experience here for the first time, obviously I knew I'd be going into college lectures. This campus is really, really big. So from where I'm at, it's in the very far corner of campus. So it's like about a 15 to 20 minute walk to class every day. And because it's so big, it's so hard to find your class and like find the building and then the number. Definitely just use maps. There's also an Arizona app. The red app will pull up your schedule for you and it'll have directions. So you can just click on that and it'll take you walking distance to your class, and it works out great. Also, during the first week of classes ever for freshmen, they had so many people out along the strip that were helping students find classes. So if you're really lost, Maps isn't doing shit for you, like just go up to one of them and ask them and they'll point you in the direction. They don't mind. Like, it's all the freshmen's first time really like experiencing campus and going to class for the first time. Obviously it's nerve-wracking, you don't want to be late, so just don't be afraid to ask. They're there just for you. Never be afraid to kind of like open up your space for people in class, because study groups are like really important as well. Like as classes get harder, it's hard to kind of figure your stuff out, because professors don't really do much help for you if you have a question, especially in a big lecture hall. So really try to find people in the class so you can form those study groups. So yeah, that's kind of like the basis of like my experience starting here. I kind of went off of like a first semester, first month freshman. Obviously I have so much more, but I will include all of that in my pros and cons. So yeah, that's my experience. Now let's get to the positives. First off, obviously the weather. I already talked about that. It is very, very pretty here. There is a pool at the South Rec on campus. A bunch of students go there to just study and tan and swim and all this stuff. It's great because it can get very hot. So pools are also very nice. If you know someone in the apartments, just go to their pool at the apartment. Honestly, like the apartment pools are better than the rec pool. So many places to just lay out and tan, even around campus. I see grass patches just full of girls in their bikinis just laying out in the sun. I'm like, that is such a vibe. It feels like a vacation all around. If you're not from Arizona and you're from like a state like mine, like evergreen, super cold, always rainy, like you will appreciate it here so much. It's just the most amazing thing ever, and I just love being in the sun. Second pro, campus is absolutely beautiful. I didn't even see the campus before I got here. I just heard great things about it. I had no idea what to expect, and right as I stepped on the mall, which is what we call it, which pretty much has all of our classes all the way down, it's just rows of palm trees all the way down. It's like, I swear, like a mile long, and it is the most beautiful thing ever. Walking to class, just putting in your headphones and listening to music, you can just look around and just admire where you're at, and the fact you go to school here is like, I feel so lucky too. Number 3, I would say our school spirit. We are a D1 school, so our football games and our basketball games are very, very popular. Football games are so much fun. It is actually amazing. There's fireworks every time. There was one time where like skydivers came down, landed on the field with an American flag. Like, it's actually nuts. Like, it is so cool. The school spirit here is like insane. Everyone's cheering. The band is amazing. So is the cheer team, pom team, all of it. Like, it is so cool. These football games are so amazing. And as well as basketball, like our entrance is insane. Everything about it is so cool. School spirit, like they always like throw out t-shirts to you, or they have students come and play games and win scholarships. Also for family weekend, having your parents come down, it's like one of the most fun things ever. Showing them the works and like how you've been living, taking them out, going to the games together. During family weekend, the whole school revolves everything around moms and dads, and they just make them feel so loved and appreciated for who they are and what they're doing for their kids. It's not just school spirit for the students, it's for the families and the community that comes around, and it is the most like heartwarming thing ever, just because yeah, we're like fucking crazy, but at the same time, like, we have so much love and support for everyone around us, and it is like the most wholesome community ever. I love it here. Number 4, I'd say professors. They are very understanding here. If you were kind of late to an assignment and you missed it, or same with an exam, like, they will figure out a new time for you to retake it, things like that. Like, most of them are very, very accommodating, and I do really appreciate that about a few professors. If you have a smaller class, the professor will get to know you, like, well. Like, they'll make you do like a bunch of like group activities to introduce yourselves and stuff, and obviously, yeah, being in a smaller class, you're gonna know everyone in your class, kind of. Like, you'll have a sense of who they are, and so the professor will as well. When it comes to the big lecture halls, my professor had no idea what my name was, so just something to think about there, but most of the time our professors are super chill. Number 5, around campus, there are so many study spots. Our library is huge. The higher you go, the quieter you get. There's also study rooms you can reserve for you and your friends if you have an exam coming up, and there's whiteboards and everything in there. It's super awesome. Benches on campus, I'm walking to class and I see students just always like on their laptop, just sitting on a bench under a tree. Like, it's so peaceful. You don't have to stay in your dorm to study. You can find somewhere on campus that is peace and quiet, so you can really lock in. Number 6, the food around campus. I've never been to a place that has so many food options. Some restaurants are pretty similar, and others, there's like Mexican, hibachi, whatever, all of that stuff. There's so much. Like, I've been to like kind of the most popular ones like Postino's or Culinary Dropout or things like that, but like, they're so good. And there are some other like authentic restaurants. You'll have to experience it for yourself. That's definitely something to do around campus. There's not much, but the food places, top tier. I'm telling you that right now. Number 7 is the Tucson airport. You either fly into Tucson or you fly into Phoenix and then drive 2 hours down. I love landing in the Tucson airport just because it is super small. I feel so safe, and I am so quick to check my bag and go through security and be at my gate. I always love to get there super early, and I always tend to have so much time on my hands. Traveling out of Tucson is not an issue at all. It's known for students going back and forth from home, so they like to make it really easy and simple. I love the Tucson airport. Super, super, super safe. Okay, number 8, the one you've all been waiting for, Greek life. Greek life here is insane. Our row is so big. It's a lot. I know every single name and letter at this point, but coming here and walking on row for the first time, I was just like, oh my god, there's so much happening. But truly, like, we have such a huge Greek life community, so many opportunities coming from Greek life as well, like especially if you're in a fraternity, the amount of connections you can get. So many alumni come to visit here. It's very traditional as well, so when alumni come, they kind of like experience the nostalgia again, and then you get to meet them, and then they can hook you up with stuff. Like, I'm talking in a fraternity perspective, and I really love the teamwork between a sorority and a fraternity. They really love to collab with each other and make little fun events together so they can fundraise as well, and it is just super cool to kind of like see everyone work together in that way. Yeah, like, we're having fun, we're partying, but at the same time, like, overall, it's just such a fun experience, and it is giant here. It is so big. All right, those are all of my pros. Now on to some cons. First off, I will say the weather is bipolar. During the very beginning of fall and this time of year around spring, like almost April, it tends to even out and it's just warm. But when winter comes around, it is either 60 degrees and another day it's 25 degrees. You're either like fine for a day or you have to wear a puffer. So yeah, that was not something I was expecting. As for campus, there's a lot to do on campus and a lot to do on our University Boulevard, which has a bunch of food places and shops, tattoo shops, you know, CVS, all this stuff. But outside of campus is like a ghost town in a way. There's really not much to do around here besides restaurants. There's a few hikes here and there. In Tempe, there's so many shops and so many things to do and so many places to go. And here it's just like you're kind of stuck on campus in a way. That's kind of something I realized more over time. The more I think about it, like, in the desert, we're in the middle of nowhere. I'm from the coast, so I miss the beach really bad. And it's kind of like a culture shock in a way, I would say. As for the environment, it is very unsafe here. There is constant UA alerts going out of someone being held hostage, a stabbing, a gun being pulled out. We had an incident here actually at the very beginning of the year where a student got shot, and they ended up dying. And I was here in my bed, and it was happening right outside my dorm. The university kind of just tried to push it to the side a little bit and not make it as important as it really was. I would say that's the biggest con here, is that you really have to be aware of your surroundings, especially when you're going out. I know your parents say like buddy system, blah blah blah, but like that is so important and it's so serious here because so many things can happen. You never know. Just please be careful if you come here. Always be on the lookout. Never let your guard down, ever. I'd say another big one is the cost. It is very freaking expensive here. Oh my god. I came here, I was like, you know what? It's fine. It's fine. I can do it. Because I'm here all on my own. Like, I don't have any help from anyone. Now that the year's almost over, I'm like, the amount of debt I have just for being here for 1 year, it's insane. So really just be aware of that. Your MCAT and your SAT scores are like really important. If you're in high school and you think that it's not really required here, so it's not a big deal, just do it. I didn't, and I wish I did. So there's some advice for you there. Okay, let's talk about professors again. Last semester, I had this one professor, showed up to class 15 minutes late every day. He didn't count attendance anyway, so it wasn't a big deal if I didn't go. I would be walking to class. It was my furthest class from my dorm, and he would cancel it 5 minutes before. He's like, sorry, like something came up, no class. Like, he would do that at least once a week, and I had that class 3 days a week. Really go on Rate My Professor when you're choosing your classes. I didn't do that, and that was a mistake because that kind of ruined the whole course for me. Yes, I got a good grade, yes, I learned, but the professor impact that you can get is also very important. They're literally getting paid to teach you, so be picky about your professors. All right, let's talk about the dining hall. This is not your traditional college campus dining hall. Our dining hall is straight fast food restaurants. There's a Panda Express, Chick-fil-A, Papa John, Denny's. Like, what? It's just full of like restaurants that are like fried food and just not good for you. There's really not much healthy food if you're on a meal plan here as a freshman. The freshman 15 is so real. It's like you're going out to eat every day for every single one of your meals, so you really just have to be careful with that. I ended up finding a lot of more healthier places. Core Nutrition is a good one, Core Plus, IQ Fresh, and there's like a little juice store in the Union as well. Obviously, right as you get here, you're like, oh my god, there's Chick-fil-A, oh my god, yum. Yeah, I fell into that too. Just be aware. Now for the part that I've learned a huge chunk of. If you're a boy, go away. This isn't for you. Actually, maybe you should listen. Girls, if you go here, you'll find out that you cannot find a boyfriend here. You hear so many stories about couples meeting in college and getting married and starting a family. Like, that could be your parents, you know? But here at U of A, it's just so uncommon. Especially trying to find guys your age as a freshman. They're kind of here for one thing and to party, and they're not looking to lock down anytime soon. Me being a relationship girly, that was really hard to kind of experience and figure out on my own. I know for a fact I'm not gonna find my person here. Either it's like not my time, or what I'm saying is true, and I feel like most girls I talk to that are freshmen here can agree with that. Like, I'm not gonna find my husband here. I'm not gonna find anyone to date. It's just like the environment and kind of the community this gives off. It really ties in with the party scene here. The party scene is not real. It's actually insane and definitely not something I expected. Really just keep your guard up with guys as well. Really respect your morals and yourself, and it's fine to have fun once in a while, but don't make it a part of your everyday. Focus on yourself, girl, and make your friends and love all of the friends you got around you. It doesn't mean you need to find a boyfriend. So yeah, those are all my pros and cons of the University of Arizona. There's a lot to think about here. Obviously, these are from personal experiences and what I kind of went through this whole year. So many lessons I've learned, but I am so happy that I have. It's just taught me to kind of like embrace what I have, not kind of look for something else that can replace things for the better in a way. And honestly, I found myself here. Experience it all. Go into it with no doubts. Just be your true, genuine self, and you will figure it out eventually. It'll come to you, and I wouldn't trade this year for anything. Everything that I just told you right now, I just want to put those out there. Obviously, take it lightly. It's so different for everyone. These are just my true, raw, genuine opinions about this school. That is everything for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I am really happy, and I'm really grateful that I can make this for hopefully future Wildcats. If you want some inspo on what to get for your dorm, go ahead and click on my move-in day video. I'll put it right here. Everything that's in this room is from that haul. Go ahead and check that out if you want some help with dorm shopping. So yeah, if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe down below. And also, if you want to get updated every single time I post, you can go ahead and click the bell. And that is it for today. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.